and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. It's Monday already. So, of course, on Mondays, it's nice and sunny outside too today. I talk about things I've seen. And last week on Friday, I went to a museum I've never been to before. So the Johnson collection, this is what I saw. Swagger. What a great name for an exhibition. So the Johnson collection, excuse me, it is a museum, but I didn't know that this is actually from a private collection. There was a Mr. Johnson, and this is his collection. He was born in Lilydale, which is an outer suburb here in Melbourne, and he made his fortune in real estate. He also had an antique shop in Malvern. It's either Malvern or Armidale. There's lots of antique shops there. And this is his collection. He was a real collector, and he mainly concentrated on the 17th and 18th centuries, 1700s and 1800s, whatever they are. Excuse me. So it was interesting because, as I said, it was a place I'd never been to before, and I will admit now I don't have a very good sense of direction. So even with it on my phone, the map on my phone, I struggled to find places. But I eventually realised that to get to the museum, you actually go into the Pullman Hotel. Now, the Pullman Hotel, it's in where the old Hilton Hotel used to be, on Wellington Parade. And for people who, I'm not sure where I'm talking about, if I kept going that way, I'd hit the MCG. So it's East Melbourne's very close to the CBD. And I went in and I sort of said, I'm looking for the Johnson collection. I'm thinking, is it in the hotel? No. He said, just wait over there and a bus will collect you. And this is what happened. There was about 8 of us. A minibus turned up and they drove us round. It's sort of, Wellington Parade's here, and she went up there and turned and because to get back to the tram, because if you want to know how to get there by public transport, it's the 70 or 75 tram. So to get back to the tram stop, it was about a 5-minute walk. It was fine. I walked it. And we went into this house, because they're all heritage houses, Federation houses there. And they gave us like a 10-minute introductory talk where they offered us tea or coffee from Wedgwood, China. I didn't want anything, but yeah, that's how you start off your tours. And then we met our guide, because there's a guide. I went as part of a tour, and there's a guide. And we went out and we went to the next house, which is called Fair Hall, and this is where the collection is. Interesting. As I said, it's a private museum, gets no government funding, so everything they earn from tickets goes to maintaining the house and, of course, the collection. And the first room we went into, I'm going to put a photo in here, this beautiful chandelier. So the whole premise of the exhibition, they're talking about landed gentry in England in the 17 and 1800s. And an interesting thing about Mr. Johnson that they said was, because he was born in Lilydale, and he always tried to tell people that he was of a higher birth. Don't know why you'd do that, but this is what he did apparently. But it was interesting. So the whole thing, it was double story, and they're going around and they're showing what a gentleman. The swagger is about gentlemen in the 17 and 1800s. And if any of you have watched Bridgerton, this is the gentleman's life. And as I was walking around, I did think, is this the world of Bridgerton? Because is that set in the 1800s? I think so. But more photos will be on my website. It was just interesting. And they do 3 exhibitions a year. This one is running until the 28th of September. So it's opened on the 9th of April till the 28th of September. Open Wednesday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Individual and group bookings essential. Because the other thing with this exhibition is there's no ropes. You could go up and really look at the things. Don't touch. No touching, of course. But it was really interesting. And there was also a lot of china. And I'm going to give you a photo of some of the china that was in there. So the Johnson collection, it has exhibitions, it has lectures and workshops, special events. And if you go onto the website, which is johnsoncollection.org, you can see what's on, and that includes some of the lectures. And they get people in to speak on certain topics. But so what did I think of it? It was interesting. It was interesting. And as I said, the whole premise was completely different. Being driven around, when I've gone to museums, I've never actually had a tour guide. The tour guide we had, I think her name was Joy, very knowledgeable, very nice, American, showed us around. But it was different. And I would say, if you're interested in the 17 or 1800s, go along and see what the Johnson collection has. Apparently one of the exhibitions they do is all about China. Not China the country, as in China, because I know some people really love China. Oh, excuse me, I've still got this cough. So yeah, that's what I did on Friday. I might go to some of the lectures, but they're certainly very hospitable in there. As I said, to be driven around and you get taken in, and would you like a cup of tea or coffee? That was really nice. And yeah, it was interesting, and it just made me think, my goodness, he must have a huge collection. Because this was his passion, apparently. And he also bought things from India from that time period as well. So, yeah, interesting. Would you be interested in something like that? I like trying new things. And I have been, when I've been doing my What's On, talking about the Johnson collection. But this adds, as I said, to Melbourne arts. Like the Heidi exhibition, that does a lot of modern art. Ian Potter Museum does Australian art. National Gallery does all sorts, and it has the Winter Masterpiece. So these all meld together to make a really good arts scene in Melbourne. So yeah, I think it was a little taste of Bridgerton with the things that were there. And as I said, can you imagine all these gentlemen and they're swaggering down the road? It's a really good name for an exhibition. Okay, so welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you very much. Oh, you can see the sun's going in and out. Again, I ask if you are liking these, and of course, as I said, it's all about promoting other people and what's on, etc. It costs nothing, and I am trying to build the channel. So enjoy your week, and I'll be back soon. Bye.